Good morning, America. More fallout from former Prince Andrew's arrest. Double storms in the Northeast, tornadoes in the Midwest, and America's golden girls on the ice. Former Prince Andrew released. The first senior royal arrested in modern British history on suspicion of misconduct in public office related to his ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Andrew, driven from the police station, spotted shrinking in the back of a car. His brother, King Charles, appearing in the front row of a fashion show after releasing a statement declaring the law must take its course. James Longman and our Palace Insider live in London.
Two winter storms taking aim at the Northeast as we get an update on the nor'easter. Plus, at least 5 tornadoes reported in the Midwest. Ginger is tracking all the dangerous weather to watch.
The president's ultimatum, giving Iran up to 15 days to make a nuclear deal as the U.S. ratchets up its military presence in the region.
Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer's husband, accused of sexual assault by 2 women at the agency, and now reports that he's been banned from its headquarters.
Breaking overnight, remembering Eric Dane. The Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria star passed away at just 53 after a fight with ALS.
I will never forget those 3 letters.
We look back on his emotional conversations with Diane Sawyer, his charismatic career, and his first Grey's episode exactly 20 years ago.
After more than 100 years, could Chicago's football team be on the move? Plus, the real Bears moving fast, right in the middle of a ski slope.
Plus, Ginger is tracking all the dangerous weather from the Northeast storms to the tornadoes here in the Midwest.
We're going to begin with the arrest of former Prince Andrew. British police released the former prince yesterday, but he remains under investigation on suspicion of misconduct in public office. At issue, did Andrew share confidential government information with Jeffrey Epstein? Chief International Correspondent James Longman starts us off from Buckingham Palace. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, George. This is just one example of the kind of headline the British people have been waking up to this morning. The Sun says now he's sweating with this extraordinary image that's gone around the world. Now, police are still searching properties linked to the prince. He was, the former prince, I should say, he was released without trial, without charge yesterday, but he is still under investigation. And this is as people around the world are watching with shock at what's been going on. This morning, former Prince Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor shrinking into the back seat of a car. Driven from a police station after becoming the first senior royal arrested in modern British history. He was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office at the King's private estate in Sandringham.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Charles was not there, and sources tell us he had no advance warning.
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest? Have you spoken to your brother, Your Majesty?
While his younger brother was in custody, the King was keen to show business as usual, sitting front row at a fashion show, no response to eager questions. But he made his feelings clear in a statement. What now follows is the full, fair and proper process, and he pledged the authorities will have his full and wholehearted support and cooperation. The former prince is already largely banished from the royal family over his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It's believed this arrest stems from the recent release of the Department of Justice's trove of Epstein emails and raises questions about whether Andrew, while serving as a British trade envoy, shared confidential information with Epstein. In his disastrous interview with the BBC in 2019, Andrew acknowledged his relationship with Epstein.
Do you regret the whole friendship with Epstein?
Now, still not. And the reason being is that the people that I met and the opportunities that I was given to learn, either by him or because of him, were actually very useful. Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Unbecoming? He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite, in the sense that he was a sex offender.
Andrew claimed he cut ties with Epstein in 2010 after he'd been released from prison. But newly released emails indicate that's not true. In early 2011, Epstein writing to Andrew, "The press is piling on me in the States. Nothing to do. Just want to make sure you're okay. Andrew's response, I'm just as concerned for you. Don't worry about me. It would seem we're in this together and we'll have to rise above it, adding, keep in close touch and we'll play some more soon. British authorities gave no indication Andrew's arrest was tied to allegations of sexual misconduct. Andrew has long denied having sex with a teenage Virginia Giuffre, who claimed she was trafficked to him by Epstein. Ultimately, Andrew paid Giuffre a sizable settlement while maintaining his innocence. She died by suicide last year. Virginia Giuffre's sister-in-law Amanda telling us her thoughts are with Epstein's victims.
It's not just a day for Virginia to revel in, but it's a day for every single survivor who has been screaming, who has felt silent, who has felt ordinary, who has been pushed under the rug.
And this morning, a former British Prime Minister, Gordon Brown, has been doing his own research into Andrew's alleged wrongdoing. And this morning, he says he has submitted his own report to police. He says he wants to secure justice for all trafficked women and girls. Michael.
All right, James Longman, thank you. And for more now, let's bring in our royal contributor, Robert Jobson. And Robert, thank you for joining us this morning. We see that Andrew was released under investigation. He wasn't charged. So do you think he will be charged?
It's difficult to say. I mean, they've obviously said that they want to carry out more investigations. They're currently conducting a search of the properties. So this was an exercise in making sure that he'd been arrested, that he was able to be interviewed under caution, and they could continue to search for more evidence to find if there has been any wrongdoing. But it's still an extraordinary situation. He's back at Sandringham on the royal estate, and we'll just have to see what the next development is. It seems to be a very fast-moving story.
And we see Andrew and his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson. They were living together until the royal family made a move last year. No one is sure where she is right now. Why haven't we seen her, and how is she taking all of this?
Well, I was in contact with her actually about October time, and she was pretty devastated. She felt that the world was, they were out for blood. But that was before this latest tranche of emails that appeared, which seems to be very damning for her. She's gone to ground. Nobody really knows where she is, apart from a few close friends. And she's not really coming out and making any statement at all via her people. But you know, the reality is her side of things is slightly different to Andrew. You know, she took money from a financier. That seems to be the case. Andrew was, on this instance, was serving as an envoy for the government, and that's what they're investigating. At the moment, nobody's investigating the sex trafficking to the extent that anyone's been arrested.
Yeah, you're right about that, and hopefully we'll see more happen with that, so that it's not going out for blood. I think it's going out for justice. Robert Jobson, thank you so much for your time. Rebecca?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Michael. We're going to turn now to the dangerous weather. And Ginger, you're starting with the twisters in the Midwest this morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
5 reported tornadoes in Illinois, and there were some injuries reported. Also, damaging wind, I mean, in excess of 60, 70 miles per hour. So this is Carlisle, Indiana. You see the circulation happening there. Then the damage in Bloomington, Indiana, which made its way into that enhanced risk yesterday. And this was Robinson, Illinois, where there were multiple injuries reported and homes destroyed. Now, part of that storm is going to sit back in the Great Lakes, but we've got another one moving through New England, going to bring rain for New York City. Boston, you've got snow. That's for this afternoon and into early tomorrow. It's just a couple inches, but it could be disruptive. But it's Sunday into Monday, that storm we're watching really carefully. Sunday night, Philadelphia, it gets cold enough that it all turns to a wet, heavy snow. It's going to be really windy. Monday morning, everybody's trying to get around in the tri-state, New York City through Connecticut and Boston. It's going to be rough and windy all the way through Monday afternoon, George.
Okay, Ginger, thanks. Bringing at the latest now on a possible war with Iran. The U.S. military buildup now the largest since the last Iraq war, and President Trump is issuing ultimatums to the regime. What could trigger a war still unclear, whether the public is prepared? Another big question. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the story. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, President Trump is now weighing his military options and giving Iran a new deadline to reach a nuclear deal, saying if they don't, it's, quote, going to be unfortunate for them. This morning, President Trump with an ultimatum to Iran, warning, quote, really bad things will happen if they don't agree to a nuclear deal, giving them this deadline.
I'm 10, 15 days, pretty much maximum.
A source familiar with the planning tells ABC News the president is considering a range of options, from an initial assault designed to enhance the U.S. negotiating position to larger-scale strikes on government, military, and nuclear targets. That source saying the U.S. would hit targets that would imperil Iran's ability to retaliate.
But with a military strike, is it to wipe out their nuclear program?
I'm not going to talk to you about that, but we're either going to get a deal or it's going to be unfortunate for them.
The president campaigned on keeping America out of foreign conflicts, and a source familiar tells us the president still feels he can force the Iranians to the negotiating table, even if he strikes the country. Trump has already ordered a massive buildup of U.S. forces in the region. The USS Gerald Ford, the world's largest aircraft carrier, along with 4 destroyers armed with Tomahawk missiles, now on the way. More than 100 additional fighter aircraft surging to the Middle East in recent weeks. Iran overnight with its own warning, telling the United Nations that Tehran will respond decisively to any U.S. military action, threatening retaliation on all U.S. bases, facilities, and assets in the region. Now, the president still has not made clear his overall objective here. Is it to halt Iran's nuclear program, or is he also seeking regime change? And all of this coming after the president insisted that U.S. strikes on Iran last spring had, quote, obliterated its nuclear program, begging the question of why so many additional strikes would be needed now. Michael?
Yeah, big question there, Mary. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Now we're going to turn to President's Labor Secretary, her husband, under fire of a New York Times report on sexual assault allegations. Jay O'Brien joined us from Washington with the details. Good morning, Jay.
Michael, good morning to you. The husband of the Labor Secretary now reportedly banned from that agency's building for sexual assault allegations, and a police report now filed.
This morning, the New York Times reporting Labor Secretary Lori Chavez-DeRemer's husband was banned from the department's headquarters after 2 women accused him of sexual assault. The Times reporting one of the incidents caught on security camera occurring in mid-December. Dr. Sean DeRemer accused of giving a department employee an inappropriate extended embrace. ABC News obtaining this D.C. police report. All names are redacted, but it details a woman making a complaint of sexual contact against her will, allegedly occurring on December 18th inside the Department of Labor. A former moderate Republican congresswoman from Oregon, Chavez-DeRemer, was handpicked by President Trump to remake the Labor Department, thanking her husband at her confirmation hearing last year.
And finally, my loving husband, Sean, my high school sweetheart, who has stood by my side through every triumph and challenge. To all of you, thank you.
D.C. police investigating the alleged assaults, but so far no criminal charges have been filed. The complaints made during a widening internal investigation into alleged misconduct by the secretary, accused of having an affair with a member of her security detail who's reportedly been placed on administrative leave. A department internal watchdog also probing if Chavez-DeRemer has abused her office, including by allegedly taking her staff to strip clubs and allegedly misusing official government travel. The secretary has previously denied any wrongdoing.
We've reached out to the Department of Labor and we have not heard back yet. In a statement to the Wall Street Journal, the secretary's husband said, quote, "I have not done any of this and I categorically deny these things." And he's insisting he'll fight these accusations. Michael.
Yeah, watching all that makes you go, what? Yeah, Jay. And, a large banner with a picture of the president was hung outside the Department of Justice building.
Yeah, this is a banner emblazoned with President Trump's face with the words, "Make America Safe Again." You see it there. It's right outside the DOJ. There is no other documented example that we can find of something like this at the Department of Justice. And it's one of the most prominent instances of how the president has continued to erode the separation that's supposed to be between the DOJ, which is designed for decades to be apolitical, and the White House. Michael.
Yeah, words say it's separate, but the actions show something different. All right, Jay O'Brien, thank you so much. George?
Okay, Michael, we're going to go now to the Winter Olympics. GMA at the Olympics, U.S. women's hockey team won gold in a thriller. Alyssa Liu, the first American woman to win a figure skating gold in more than 20 years. Sam has all the highlights. Hey, Sam.
Hey, good morning, George, and really, what a night. I mean, who runs the world? Apparently, it's the U.S. women's team. The U.S. was just 2 minutes away from losing the contest to Canada, but a goal sent the game into overtime, setting the Americans up for the gold.
Overnight, Team USA gliding to gold as the Winter Olympics come to a close. Blade Angel Alyssa Liu free skating her way to the top of the podium in the individual competition, with her family and the world celebrating. After stepping away from the rink 4 years ago, Liu making history, becoming the first American woman to win the gold medal in figure skating since 2002. And that's before she was even born.
For me, this Olympics means a lot because my friends and family were out there watching.
It was nearly a miracle on ice for Amber Glenn after a disappointing short program landed her in 13th place going into the night. But the 26-year-old with a powerful, near-perfect performance that had her in the standing for the podium right up until the last few performers. And with a gold medal on the line and 2 minutes left on the clock, Team USA's knight in shining armor, Hillary Knight, with a game-tying gold to send the game against Canada into overtime. And with momentum on their side, in extra time, Megan Keller coming in with the kill shot. And Captain America helping her team take gold and ending her career as the all-time U.S. leading scorer, celebrating with her new fiancé, Brittany Bowe, who she proposed to Wednesday.
I've had a heck of a week personally, so it's been an incredible ride, and I have to soak this all in. This team is so special. This is the best U.S. hockey team I've ever been a part of.
Fellow Golden Girl U.S. ski great Michaela Schifrin still riding high after her record-winning finish in the women's slalom.
To sort of nail a good run of slalom, it's one of the greatest feelings in the world. Give yourself credit for how much strength you do show, even in the moments when it feels the toughest.
And this team is supportive of each other, too. Liu saying she watched Glenn's performance on her way to the rink, and it actually inspired her to push a little harder and up her game. And the women's curling team is ready to advance to the semifinals. They play Switzerland a little later today. So it has been a week for all of us to watch, guys.
Yes, it has, Sam. Thank you for that. You look nice and warm. Enjoy yourself down there, buddy. Coming up, I'm going to take a look at this. Something skiers don't see every day on the slopes. Yeah, a family of bears. But we'll see. We'll show you what happened with that.
Yes, plus Aaron Katursky is in Tucson with the latest on Nancy Guthrie.
And we remember Eric Dane. The Grey's Anatomy star passed away overnight after a fight with ALS.
Sam is in Miami at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival with Michael Simon and Alec Garnaschelli. We're going to join him just ahead.
Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay. I talk to you, device.
Please,
call me Lily. Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin it. You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening.
Sound familiar? Welcome back to GMA. The toys are taking on technology in Toy Story 5. It's the highly anticipated new installment in the beloved franchise, and we have new details about the movie coming up in Pop News. That is one of the movies I'm excited to watch with the kids. They're not all like that.
No, but that one absolutely, it always brings me back to the first ones when our kids were little. It's great. First new at 7:30, a manhunt this morning in Idaho. Authorities there say someone stole an ambulance, rammed it into a building housing Homeland Security offices, then tried to set it on fire with some kind of accelerant. Police say that attempt failed. The suspect then fled. Also, 6 mothers have been identified as some of the victims of the worst skiing avalanche in modern U.S. history. 9 people were killed, 6 survived the ordeal.
And Nissan recalling more than 600,000 Rogue SUVs for 2 separate issues, some for engine failure problems and more for possible gear issues. Nissan said that it is not aware of any accidents or injuries related to these problems. And take a look at this. Here's something you don't see every day. A family of bears running through the slopes. It happened at a resort in Truckee, California. And those bears briefly interrupted a few skiers' runs. Well, maybe the skiers interrupted the bears. We don't know. But otherwise, there were no problems with the bears and the skiers.
Thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness for that. Yeah.
We have some sad news now. Eric Dane died less than a year after revealing his ALS diagnosis overnight.
Yeah, the Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria star passing away at just 53 years old after a valiant fight with the disease. Well, this morning, we look back on his charismatic career, his admirable strength, and those emotional conversations with our Diane Sawyer. This morning, the world remembering the life and career of Eric Dane, passing away at the age of 53 after a valiant fight against ALS. The charismatic actor immortalized on Grey's Anatomy.
Is that what you're calling me now, McSteamy?
Dane first donning the white coat as Dr. Mark Sloan 20 years ago to the day of his passing. He was a fan favorite for 6 seasons who stole the hearts of millions.
You think you broke me, little Gray? You're the one who put me back together.
His career spanning 3 decades.
Hey, girls.
Hey, when are you going to come over for a swim?
Sorry, sweetie. I got lots going on today.
But more recently, it was the HBO series Euphoria that introduced him to a new generation.
Not my biggest regret. You are.
Dane revealing to the world he had been diagnosed with ALS in April of last year. Sitting down with our Diane Sawyer after receiving the news.
I will never forget those 3 letters. It's on me the second I wake up.
It's not a dream.
It's not a dream.
Dane describing what it was like living with ALS.
I have 1 functioning arm. My dominant side
is your right side.
Yeah, my left side is functioning. My right side is completely stopped working.
And then your left arm is fine?
No, it's going. Yeah, I feel like maybe a few more months and I won't have my left hand either. It's sobering. I'm fighting as much as I can. There's so much about it that's out of my control.
ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a nervous system disease that affects the brain and spinal cord, causing a loss of muscle control. There is no cure, and the exact cause is unknown. Dane making it his mission to change that, announcing the Push for Progress campaigns.
For over a century, ALS has been incurable, and we're done accepting the status quo.
The aim, to accelerate ALS research and increase federal funding. But it was his role as father and husband that he was most proud of. Marrying Rebecca Gayhart in 2004, the pair had 2 daughters, Billy and Georgia. Though Dane and Gayhart had been separated for years, they remained close through his battle.
Who's the person you call when it hits you hard?
I call Rebecca. I talk to her every day. We have managed to become better friends and better parents. And she is probably my biggest champion and my most stalwart supporter. And I lean on her.
His family saying in a statement he spent his final days surrounded by dear friends, his devoted wife, and his 2 beautiful daughters, Billy and Georgia, who were the center of his world. I Am ALS, an advocacy group he worked closely with, saying, Eric brought humility, humor, and visibility to ALS, and reminded the world that progress is possible when we refuse to remain silent. Overnight, reactions from his Grey's Anatomy family. Kevin McKidd posting a picture of Dane saying, rest in peace, buddy. And Kimberly Raver calling Dane a light, saying, during filming, he'd get this twinkle in his eye, and with a mischievous look, he would deliver with perfect comedic timing, a line of dialogue that would floor you. Patrick Dempsey opening up in an emotional radio interview about learning the news. It's hard to put into words. I feel so bad for his children. Dane's legacy stretching far beyond the characters that made him famous, instead defined by strength in the face of struggle.
I mean, I really, at the end of the day, just all I want to do is spend time with my family and work a little bit if I can.
And make sure that you tell them that you love them.
Every day. Every day. They're loved. They know it.
And Eric's family saying he was determined to make a difference for others facing the same fight. And as we saw, he became very involved with the organization I Am ALS. They called Eric, quote, a fierce advocate, a generous spirit, and a true champion in the movement to end ALS. And you can see he was so brave in his fight.
Yeah, and we saw that sweetness and generosity there.
Yeah, and a legacy, like you said, that stretches far beyond his roles.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, with the latest on Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, as investigators field thousands of tips, Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky joins us from Arizona. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Rebecca. The number of tips is surging, and investigators are pulling every thread they have. But nearly 3 weeks since Nancy Guthrie vanished from her home here, it does not appear police are any closer to a suspect. This morning, 20 days into Nancy Guthrie's abduction, the Pima County Sheriff's Department is hoping DNA found inside her home will lead to a suspect. Sources tell ABC News it's a mixture of male and female DNA that needs to be separated and is not believed to be from a member of the Guthrie family. The most solid evidence so far is this doorbell camera footage showing a masked man with a gun. Authorities have identified the backpack sold by Walmart, but they're still working to determine where the other items, the mask, the jacket, the gun, the holster, may have been purchased, and by who. The sheriff says he's counting on someone to recognize the man at the door.
When those tips dry up, this case goes cold. We believe somebody out there knows who did this. We need that person to call us.
We were invited into the Sheriff's Communications Center where the tips are coming in. What makes a good tip a viable tip?
A good tip, a viable tip is in that you have credible information. Credible information meaning, do you know who has Nancy? Do you have suspect information? Do you have a name? Do you have a location?
Right now, there is no suspect. There is no firm motive. And police do not appear to be any closer with any of the leads that are coming in. Nothing so far, guys, is panning out. But the sheriff, the family, and this community say they are not giving up hope. At some point, the investigation will transition. The pace will slow. It will become a longer-term thing. But right now, the sheriff here says, guys, they are still chasing every lead that comes in. Guys?
And that they should be. I don't think anybody's gonna give up on that. Aaron, thank you so much.
Play the daytime, bringing the Olympics home.
Yes, bring it right into your living room, maybe. Curling has really been one of my favorite Olympic events to watch. The whole family's been into it. There's the grace, the drama, the sweeping. And it's clearly been a favorite for these parents in Little Rock, Arkansas. They're totally cleaning up in the fun department. Yes, Swiffers and a Roomba, by the way. We're calling this version robo-curling. So they've got mops, they've got the vacuum cleaner, metal contention for this cute couple. Their daughter, Bethany, was the one that captured the video, and she wrote and said they said they'd been practicing for the Olympics, and then this happened.
Well, you know what? I'll give them my address. They're free to come practice at my house.
Same. Like, get up off the dog hair, please. Come on in.
Why bother with a Roomba if you're going to do that?
Cleanest house on the block. Yeah, it's an idea for the weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to tell the kids this is the next curling here at practice.
Thank you, Ginger.
You got it.
And coming up, Sam's at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Hey, Sam.
Cute.
Michael, what are you doing? Have you met my husband?
You okay?
No, we're happy to have you. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry, everybody's here. Look, think about a party on the beach with wine and food. This was such a great idea. Lee, Alex is here, Michael's here. We're gonna make food. My husband's here. We're gonna eat food. As we head into the weekend, you gotta get yourself to Miami for Miami, what is it officially called? Wine and Food.
The Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival.
Good that somebody knows all of this. We'll be right back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Former Prince Andrew released. The first senior royal arrested in modern British history on suspicion of misconduct in public office related to his ties to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Andrew, driven from a police station, spotted shrinking in the back of a car. Now, what's next for King Charles and the royal family?
Not all heroes wear capes. Action. Are Will Gans scrubbing in with the cast?
I'm back, baby!
Giving us a sneak peek. Secrets.
Well, this is a bit of a Good Morning America exclusive because we haven't told anyone this yet.
And lots of laughs.
Our favorite toys are taking on tech.
I'm Lily Pad. Let's play.
Extinction, not again!
The new details about Woody's return and the whole gang in Toy Story 5. And Sam's live in Miami, having fun in the sun at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival, as we say,
Good morning, America!
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Hey, good morning, America. It's a tough job, as we all know, but somebody had to do it. Sam's at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Sam, what's going on there, my friend?
Michael, I tried to get you to come. Yesterday, remember, I said, come on down. And there's still time this weekend, so we've got superstars. Alex Guarnaschelli is here. Lee Schrager, you started the whole thing together. Michael Simon is here. Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right. And by the way, Miami Senior High School is back here saying good morning. This is an event that has been better and better every year for the past 25 years. It's food. It's beverages, because they call it wine and food. On the beach in Miami. It's this weekend, but we've got a whole segment. We're going to do some food and menus. We're going to bring you here if you can't make the trip. We'll be right back. Rebecca?
I'm going to call this Sam in the Zone. That's the name I'm going with. Also ahead, lifestyle expert Millie Almodovar is here with time-saving products to make everything from making your coffee to doing your laundry a little bit easier.
First, look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the arrest of former Prince Andrew. British police released the former prince yesterday, but he remains under investigation on suspicions of misconduct in public office. At issue, did Andrew share confidential government information with Jeffrey Epstein? I want to go back to our chief international correspondent, James Longman, at Buckingham Palace. Good morning, James.
Yeah, good morning, George. This is one of the headlines the British people woke up to this morning. The Sun saying now he's sweating with Andrew on the front page. Make no mistake, this is one of the most serious scandals the monarchy has ever faced.
This morning, former Prince Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor shrinking into the back seat of a car. Driven from a police station after becoming the first senior royal arrested in modern British history. He was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office at the King's private estate in Sandringham.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty.
Charles was not there, and sources tell us he had no advance warning.
Your Majesty, how are you feeling after your brother's arrest? Have you spoken to your brother, Your Majesty?
While his younger brother was in custody, the King was keen to show business as usual, sitting front row at a fashion show, no response to eager questions. But he made his feelings clear in a statement. What now follows is the full, fair and proper process, and he pledged the authorities will have his full and wholehearted support and cooperation. The former prince is already largely banished from the royal family over his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It's believed this arrest stems from the recent release of the Department of Justice's trove of Epstein emails and raises questions about whether Andrew, while serving as a British trade envoy, shared confidential information with Epstein. British authorities gave no indication Andrew's arrest was tied to allegations of sexual misconduct.
Also this morning, a former British Prime Minister, Gordon Brown, has been doing his own research into Andrew's alleged wrongdoing. He says he submitted a report to British police. He says he wants justice for all women and girls who were trafficked. Michael?
Yeah, I think we all want that, James. Thank you so much. We're going to turn now to one of the NFL's storied franchises possibly on the move. Indiana passed a bill that would allow the building of a stadium for the Chicago Bears. Sophie Flay is here fresh off the overnights in studio with us. It's good to see you, Sophie. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good to see you. Indiana Bears may take some getting used to for fans after more than 100 years in Chicago, but it might become a reality. Indiana lawmakers voting unanimously to create the Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority, which can acquire land and finance construction of a stadium for the Bears just across the border in Hammond, Indiana. The Bears saying in a statement the vote would mark the most meaningful step forward in our stadium planning efforts to date, and they are committed to doing what is needed to build a world-class stadium. A spokesperson for Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker saying they were surprised to see the team lauding Indiana and ignoring Illinois, saying Bears leaders canceled a meeting with Illinois lawmakers to discuss funding. But this move is far from a done deal. The Bears purchased 326-acre property in the Chicago suburbs 3 years ago, advertising the new digs as close to season ticket holders with the ability to create thousands of jobs. The Bears lease at Soldier Field, where they've played since 1971, expires after the 2033 season. Bottom line, whichever state offers the best deal will probably land the Bears.
Yeah, all about the money.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes for the fans.
For the fans, yeah. Well,
all right.
Illinois
Sophie.
Bears doesn't sound. I mean, the Indiana Bears doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I know a lot of Chicago fans who would not be happy about that. Okay, thank you, Sophie. Appreciate it. We're going to turn now to a GMA health alert. New research out this morning suggests hormone replacement therapy during menopause may have more benefits than previously known. And our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, is here with more. It's nice to see you, Dr. Narula. So break down what this could mean.
Rebecca, so many women want to know, is it safe to take hormone replacement therapy? So this study was encouraging for a lot of women. It was a large study out of Denmark that looked at about 800,000 women starting at the age of 45 and followed them on average for about 14 years. 100,000 of those women got hormone replacement therapy. The average time they took it was about 1 to 2 years. They found that those women who got the hormone replacement therapy, there was no increased risk of death or dying from any cause. They also saw no increased risk if the women started hormone replacement therapy older at age 52 or even at age 57. There was no increased risk that it didn't depend on the duration or length of use of the hormone replacement therapy, and there was no difference in terms of the types of deaths, cancer, stroke, or heart disease. Specifically, when they looked at transdermal hormone replacement therapy, so that's given with a patch or a gel, they actually saw a little bit of a lower risk of dying for the women who took that versus the women who did not get hormones. And then a small group of women, about 700, who had their ovaries removed, who were ages 45 to 54 and got hormone replacement therapy, they had a reduction in their risk of dying by about 27 to 34% compared to women who didn't have ovaries and didn't take hormone replacement
therapy. That is
therapy.
a significant reduction, and there are so many women going through menopause looking for a solution, something to make it easier. Would you recommend that everybody in that stage of life actually consider HRT?
So the answer is not a one-size-fits-all approach, but really what we have learned and what has become the standard recommendation is that it depends on both timing and who you are. So it's personalized to you. And by timing, we mean if you are within 10 years of menopause or under the age of 60, are having moderate to severe menopausal symptoms and are generally considered low risk, you are someone that definitely could consider taking or should consider taking hormone replacement therapy. So really what you want to do is speak to your doctor, talk about your personal preferences, your family history, what is your risk? So for example, did you have a risk of breast cancer or have a history of breast cancer or blood clots or even cardiovascular disease, which might increase your risk of taking hormones? So having that really personalized discussion is important. It's also important to know, Rebecca, there are lots of options for HRT. There are pills and patches and gels and creams. There are 2 FDA-approved non-hormonal treatments for women with menopausal symptoms. But, we're finally at the point where we really have options for women. More women are taking them, which is a great thing. It's important to know it's not a cure-all for everything, but I just saw a woman yesterday in my practice who told me it really changed her life. She's sleeping better, she's feeling better, and she never wants to go off of it because it's really improved her quality of life so much.
And that is wonderful to hear. And I also love that you continuously say to advocate for yourself, talk to your doctor about these things. Don't be afraid to speak up on your own behalf.
That's right, especially when it comes to your quality of life. Women shouldn't have to suffer if they don't have to. And so if there's something out there that can help, have that conversation.
Thanks, Dr. Narula. As always, we appreciate it. Coming up here in our GMA morning menu, can the royal family and the monarchy survive this scandal? We hear from Queen Elizabeth's former press secretary.
Also had new details about the highly anticipated Toy Story 5 and what our favorite toys are up against in their new adventure.
Plus, Will Gans is scrubbing in and going behind the scenes of the new Scrubs revival series. What the stars of the show are telling us about their reunion 16 years in the making. And Sam, I see you in Miami with 2 of my favorite people. Michael Simon's one of my best friends. Ask him why he's dressed like Walter White in the later years of Breaking Bad.
He wants to know why you're dressed like Walter White in the later years.
Oh, you know what? You're lucky you're not here straight. You were a lucky man.
We are, and thank you to the Lowe's Hotel that we are in South Beach Wine and Food Festival, 2 superstars of the cooking world. Well, you just met Michael. Alex Guarnaschelli is there cooking some of their favorite dishes for us this morning. We're going to give you the menus because there's still time. You can still get here. Can you get a ticket, Lee, if they get here?
For select events.
All right. You can get here and still have fun. We'll be right back on GMA.
Foggy New York morning here, but we're back now at our GMA cover story. We've seen scandals strike the royal family, but none quite like Andrew's arrest. Let's go to Maggie Rulli in London with the next steps for the monarchy. Good morning, Maggie.
Hey, Michael, good morning. Yeah, royal experts we spoke with tell us that this scandal feels different, which means the royal family is now heading into uncharted territory.
This morning, it's a scandal unlike the royal family has ever seen before. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the king's brother and former prince, arrested.
In terms of royal scandals, where does this stack up?
In the 12 years that I worked as the late Queen's press secretary, nothing came as close as this has done. I think she would have been absolutely appalled by the state of events which have culminated in Andrew's arrest today.
The monarchy has been tested before, from the very public divorce of then Prince Charles and Princess Diana in the 1990s, and the aftermath of Princess Diana's death, all the way back to the abdication of King Edward, leaving the monarchy to marry an American divorcee in the 1930s, and Queen Elizabeth telling Princess Margaret who she could and could not marry, as dramatized in the fictional Netflix series The Crown.
It is my duty as Queen to refuse Margaret marriage to a divorced man.
Or the ongoing conflict between the king and his son Prince Harry, after Harry and his wife Meghan stepped down as working royals and moved to America. They've survived divorce and personal drama, but this time, public reaction here calling the latest scandal unprecedented.
This arrest is a tremendous shock for the British monarchy. This is a very serious case, and Andrew will be given no special treatment. He will have to go through the process like anybody else.
Do you think the royal family can recover from a scandal of this size?
They've coped with beheadings, they've coped with abdications, they've coped with the split of leaving the Catholic Church. So I would hope that this is not the end, but it's certainly quite a large bump in the road.
The monarchy will always move forward. It has survived a very long time.
But some anti-Monica groups are saying this is just the beginning of the end and that there's been a growing decline of faith in the monarchy, and this latest scandal could be the final blow. Guys.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help, Maggie. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's get to some pop news, and Sophie Flay is back, pulling double duty.
Long time no see, right, guys? Well, you know who we can really say that about? The Toy Story gang. We begin pop news with toys meeting tech because Toy Story 5 has released a new trailer for the highly anticipated movie. Check it out.
Came here as fast as I could.
Why are you wearing a dress, Woody?
It's called a poncho, Forky.
Oh, someone needs a brown marker.
Halt! Who goes there? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I come in peace.
It's been too long, cowboy.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
The new movie will follow Buzz, Woody, and the whole gang as they navigate a new landscape that includes tech during playtime. That trailer came out less than 24 hours ago and already has more than 30 million views across social media, thanks in part to the toy box being stacked with A-listers. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, Tony Hale are returning, with Greta Lee and Conan O'Brien joining for this new movie. Greta, the voice behind Lily Pad, and Conan lending his talents to a new character named Smarty Pants. You can see how the toys handle entering the digital age when Toy Story 5 hits theaters on June 19th, 2026.
I'm excited for this.
Right?
Really excited.
Nostalgia and then getting our kids, it just keeps going and it's so good every time.
Totally. And Conan O'Brien, he's pulling double duty on the screen this year, from Toy Story 5 to hosting the 98th Academy Awards. He's got a lot on his plate, and we are counting down to see him return to the Oscars stage in less than a month. And this morning, we're learning new details about who will join Conan on stage for Hollywood's big night. The Academy traditionally leans into the winners from the previous year, so you'll see Adrian Brody, Kieran Culkin, Mikey Madison, Zoe Saldana all handing out gold hardware to the winners in their respective acting categories. The 98th Oscars air Sunday, March 15th at 7 p.m. right here at ABC, and will stream live on Hulu. GMA will have all the action from backstage with the stars to the GMA Oscars after party the next morning. Can't wait, you guys.
Yeah,
right?
I would have liked to see all the action as he was crying in that theater.
Yes.
Like, I want to be behind the scenes at that shoot.
Juicy. Yes. And in TV news, Hulu dropped the latest episode of FX's Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette overnight, and the love for the show continues, with fans praising the fashion, the soundtrack, and the casting of the Lovebird leads. The show's creators say that chemistry between the stars, Paul Anthony Kelly and Sarah Pigeon, blew them out of the water from the beginning. And speaking of the fashion, Vogue even has a breakdown of how to get some of the looks from the show. The first 4 episodes of Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette are streaming now on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus, with new episodes dropping every Thursday night. I am loving it.
I binged all 3 right away, and now that's my gift tonight. I get to
Exactly.
watch
It
more.
really
You've got
does
more.
capture that time.
So fun. Yeah, 90s all the way.
Thank you.
All right, it is time now for Shop GMA, and this morning it is all about products to save you time and make life a little easier. Lifestyle and beauty expert Millie Almodovar is here, and
It's
it's
always
so
good to see you.
fun
You
to
are
see you,
so-
Millie.
you look so
Mwah.
beautiful.
You look so beautiful, and these products are going to really help save us time and make lives easier.
Yeah.
So tell us about this one.
I am so excited about this one because I use this every single morning.
You
okay?
do?
Every single
Every
morning.
morning.
So this is a hyper chiller, okay?
Yeah.
It has the ability to make piping hot coffee ice cold in just under a minute. Okay.
Okay.
So let's pour it in.
So this coffee is really hot, and
Yes.
it's going in here.
We're gonna pour it in here, okay? In under 60 seconds. And this doesn't use any weird chemicals or any weird ingredients to do that. It just uses water.
Okay.
So.
And you can see it's icy on the outside
Yeah,
right
it's-
now.
Right, because what we've done is we've frozen this last night.
Okay,
We put
so
water-
you put that in the freezer
Yes,
overnight.
Overnight.
Wake up with it.
Wake up with it in the morning when you brew your cup of coffee. You put it right in here. You mix this around for about 60 seconds.
Okay.
Rebecca, do you want to try it?
It's the real deal. Yes, I do.
It's the real deal. It is and this
Yes.
coffee was extremely hot. Let's go in here. Try it.
Okay, let's give a little sip. That is iced coffee.
Yeah.
Ice cold.
Ice cold
And there's
coffee.
no ice in the cup. It truly is.
That's why I like it, because it's not diluted. Okay. And I
Yes.
like strong coffee.
Right.
Okay. I'm a Dominican girl from New York. I need my strong coffee.
And it stays fresh.
And it stays fresh. And the great thing is also, this is dishwasher safe, so you can throw it in the dishwasher, and you don't even need to just use it for coffee. If you go to your favorite wine store and they haven't chilled your wine, throw it right in there.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. You can get this on Amazon, $35.99.
Excellent. Okay, what do we have here?
Okay, so next is the sock dock. As a mother of a teen
The
boy,
sock dock.
I spent half my life looking for matching socks. Okay?
Yes.
This is the first device that allows you to wash, dry,
Oh my
and
gosh.
store
This
your
is so
socks.
smart.
Yes.
So you keep them together while you're washing them.
Yes, you keep them together while you're washing them. Every time you take the one off, you lock it in here. And you don't even need to just use it for socks. You can use it for headbands, gloves, whatever you want. Once you have 9 pairs, you throw it in the wash. It completely washes. You throw it in the dryer. You take it out. And guess what? You're not spending half your day looking for matching socks.
That
you
is
have it right
really
here.
smart.
And it comes with 2, so you can use one for your dirty socks and you can use one for your clean socks.
And hang them up.
And hang them
and
up.
find them easily.
19
I can see my daughter getting into this, like actually putting her socks on there instead of all around the house.
Exactly, $19.99. Okay, so this is like an invention where I'm like, why didn't I think of this? So what happens usually when you wash your sheets in the laundry or in the dryer?
Oh yeah, they're all crumpled
Tangled
up. Right,
up.
right.
Yeah, they're balled up in like a burrito. Well, let me introduce you to this. This is the wad free. You get it on Amazon, $19.99. This prevents your sheets from twisting, from tangling, and it's so easy to use, okay? So you take the 4 sides of the sheets, which we've already done 2. This should be out. You completely cover the tab, okay?
And throw it in the wash?
Yeah, you throw it in the wash. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna stop your sheets again from twisting, from tangling. And the really cool thing is a lot of times here, you secure it in here and then you throw it in. You're gonna not, a lot of times also you get wet clothes in the sheets and then you have to re-dry them. Yeah, not with this. And this also reduces your drying time by 12 minutes.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
you're saving energy too.
You're saving energy too. Okay, this is the Wrinkle Boss.
Yes.
If you're someone who hates ironing or waiting for the steamer, this is amazing. This allows you, in 5 minutes, you just spray this on.
Okay. On your t-shirt.
You spray it on your sheet. It works on any fabric, by the way. The ingredients are bio-based, okay? There's no harsh chemicals
So
in
you
this.
could spray it while you're wearing it.
You can spray it while you're wearing it, exactly. It's good for even sensitive skin and it's dermatologist approved. Then you just tug on it. In 5 minutes, your clothes will be wrinkle-free.
Oh my, yeah.
5 minutes, your
This
clothes
side is wrinkle-free. This side still has the
Yeah.
wrinkle.
Yeah,
and what do we have over here?
Okay, and last but not least, have you ever made sauces, custards, tapioca, and you're like, gosh, I don't want to stir all day. I'm stirring. This is like having an extra head of hands. This stirs for you. This is from Uncommon Goods. It's their automatic
This stirs?
fan. Yeah, look, watch. So we have this sauce here. It stirs for you, so you don't have to stand in front of your pan and just
Hey,
stir all day.
kids.
It does it for you. Yeah, and the great thing, It won't scratch your pans. We got a lot of questions about, will it scratch your pans?
Oh, right.
It's not going to scratch your pans. It charges and it lasts for up to 9 hours.
It's a spoon Roomba.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much, Millie. And you can shop all of these on our website. And coming up here, we are cooking up something special at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. I wonder if they've ever seen one of these. We'll see them very soon.
You also got to work with your wife this season.
I did. So we've worked a few things. She hosts the podcast, the companion podcast for the show, and she's wonderful. She has an episode where she plays a mentor for Jane. And Jane is our Cupid doll cute girl who's also an assassin. And she sort of helps Jane become who she is. It's a great story. It's a great backstory.
And Sterling K. Brown is always a great guest.
Yeah.
We had a terrific conversation. You'll see that on Monday. Right now, we're going to go back to Sam in Miami at the 25th Annual Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Hey, Sam.
Hey, George, there is truly no place I'd rather be at this moment in time. I'm at the Lowe's Hotel in South Beach. Every year, tens of thousands of people descend right here to Miami for Food Network Wine and Food Festival, where they get to eat food that's prepared by culinary geniuses, rock stars, if you will. That's right, Michael, I was just talking about you. Like the two that are here this year, and you, Alex. Michael Scheinman and Simon. Alex Guarnaschelli is here. We also have the man who started it all. And Miami Senior High School. Lee Schrager is here. Lee, 25 years, my friend.
It's a long time.
I can't even believe it. So I've known you about that long, because I remember, do you remember
longer.
the first year? It was like
of course I remember
a
the
little
first year.
tense.
Yes, it was nothing.
And now?
Yeah, who'd believe we'd be around 25 years later? Not me.
All the superstars.
Now they're my friends. So talented.
But you
and
break
so
it down
nice all the time.
You break it down into a lot of events. I know that was You break it down into a lot of events too. So every night there's something special. There's a big thing. There's stuff on the beach. There's parties that go around all night long.
We have 25 events a day.
Yeah.
So you can't possibly go to them all.
And you can't. So come down and try. Let's start this, Alex.
Yes.
12 years now?
Yes.
12 years with us?
I thought it was more.
Is it? Do you think?
12
At
years.
least. All right, this is one of my favorite meals with you. Honestly, it is, because this is something people can do in their pantry, but they're not going to do it this well unless they listen to you. So what are we doing?
That.
Pasta
Listen to
puttanesca.
you.
Well,
Just
I've
telling
done
that
this a little bit.
audience.
Almost 25 years. We're selling.
So I'm doing a puttanesca,
Yeah.
which is like, you go to your pantry and it's there, or it's in the door of your fridge.
Yeah.
Capers, garlic, anchovies. I'm gonna put some olives in here. You've got those olives left over from your last cocktail
Any
party.
color olives will do.
Not at Lee's
Yeah.
house, because he's just a martini man.
I
so there's
usually
none.
call Lee and go, can I get some olives? Go ahead.
And I also feel like, I want to do something for Michael. Some olives, some capers.
See how that works?
Some cherry tomatoes for a little vibrancy and color. And then we just, over this pantry pole, some tomato, right? Little texture. Ooh la la!
Ooh la la. Now, as you're doing this, you hosted a big event last night. You've got
Yes.
another one at the W South Beach tonight. When we talk about events, you're hosting a dinner. What is that? Like, what goes into all of that?
A lot of cooking and a lot of food in suitcases, honestly. Because I like to bring stuff from my restaurant, but I'm doing a dinner with Eric Ajapong, who I work with a lot, who I love. The dinners are a chance for people to really talk intimately. That's what's great about this festival. You can go to a tent event with 4,000 people and drink a beer on the beach.
Okay.
Or you can go to a dinner for 75 people and ask a chef all those burning questions about Food Network competition.
Yeah.
Right, Michael?
Oh, I love a burning question.
This was your idea to kind of get the big tent, but also get the intimacy with the stars.
Well, as Alex just said, you can go attend an event with 4,000 people, or go to an intimate dinner, or a wine class, or a master class, or a wine seminar. So there's something for everyone.
All right. Alex, before we move to another dish, do I put the pasta in the sauce or the sauce in the pasta? It's always confused me.
Well, I like to dose the pasta into your sauce.
Okay.
People that just cook the pasta and dump it in and the sauce ratio is off.
Right.
You gotta.
Oh, so little bits at a time and get everything covered and get the flavor on
It's like a good
everything.
relationship, you gotta bit by bit,
Gotta let it
Sam.
go together.
Shall
Don't
we?
get wild.
Shall we do a little tasting?
Look at Alex giving relationship advice.
Wow.
Now you know this is a group of friends.
Wow,
All right.
a tough crowd.
So,
Okay.
wait, I'm gonna taste. Are you gonna taste or you what? No?
I'm tasting.
All
I'm
right.
tasting.
What? It's like everybody
I'm in
tastes
senior
it.
high school. You're good.
Wow, Alex, That is amazing. All right. Michael, you're up.
All right, I'm going to go
Talking about
fast.
events that are being hosted.
Yes.
You're hosting a steak and
whiskey. I think this is the 7th year we've done it, right around there.
Right.
I've been doing it since the steak and whiskey since it started.
Have you done it every year?
I've done it every year.
Well, that's why it's so successful.
Yeah.
That's why. And by the way, I can't think of two things that are better together.
Well, come tonight. You guys should come tonight.
I can't wait. My husband's down here in Ribbon. We'll go tonight.
I'm fully booked. Sorry.
You're busy.
Let's talk about this, because this dish
event.
you're going to serve tonight.
So I'm going to serve this dish at Michelle Burns. We're honoring Michelle Bernstein. It's the 25th year anniversary of Sobey Wine and Food. Obviously, Michelle is what Miami chefs are all about, and we adore her, and I'm honored to be cooking there for her. But I'm doing the first course.
So this is a
because I love Miami, a blood orange salad. So we have blood orange, honey, extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and fresh mint here, and that's going to go down first. And then, you know, the Greek in me. So we have some olives too. I stole some of Alex's. Some pistachio.
All right. They last forever in your refrigerator, 3 years.
A little bit of fresh dill. And then we go with some Urfa chili and some feta cheese for salt, because salt and oranges is actually delicious together.
You are like an ad for Greece at all times. Is there any peanut bread or
Greeks
what do we
create
got?
great product, but aren't really good at advertising the great product, so I'm here.
You're here to do that. All right, let's taste. Baby Ruben, why don't you grab up?
Get in.
Let Ruben go first. I want to see.
Grab it, and then I'll hand this one down to Lee.
All right.
Okay. Now go ahead, get it
Here,
right
I can
there.
slide this
Tell
one
me
down.
how it
This
is.
is a freshie for Lee.
Does it come with a fork?
Yes, it does.
That's so good. Yeah, just refreshing and bright and.
All right, now
I love you.
You've been a part of this for a while too. I remember you've won a bunch of burger bashes. Which, by the way, if you come down, you've got to get tickets to the burger bash.
Yeah, I think I won 3 or 4 in a row. It wasn't the winning the 3 or 4 in a row. It was that every year Flay took second 3 or 4 years.
Bobby's not here.
No,
he's not
but
here.
it's a true story.
Did you do a feta scordalia burger? What did you do?
Yeah, no, I did a greasy, cheesy burger.
Oh,
you know?
the best. All right, Miami. Tell me the name again, Lee, because I'm going to get it wrong.
Food Network South Beach Wine and Food Festival.
All right.
25 years later.
25
it's
years.
the same name for 25 years.
And you can come next year if you can't make it this year. And by the way, Miami Senior High School, you guys are the best audience. You're coming with me. My husband, how is that? Is that good? All right, we're all happy. You can get all of these recipes on GoodMorningAmerica.com, and I promise you, you will want to make all of them. George?
Sam, tell Michael thank you for advertising Greece.
Good morning, America.
Great energy. The doctors are back, and those are the stars of Scrubs. They are gearing up for a revival. 16 years in the making, and Will Gans got to visit the set and go behind the scenes with the cast. And you said it was like a family coming back together.
A family reunion. That's exactly what it was like. The Scrubs cast is administering heavy doses of breaking news this morning. For example, I can confirm here and now that Rowdy the dog is returning for the revival series. But that's not the only good news I was able to fetch for Scrubs fans during our all-access visit. Check it out.
I can't do this all on my own.
Scrubs is back. Shocking, right?
Surreal.
Surreal.
I was going to say surreal. You stole
I
my
was gonna
word.
say surreal.
Surreal, trippy chills.
I'm a big dog.
JD, Turk, and Elliot scrubbing back in at Sacred Heart.
I'm back, baby.
And so is GMA. Action. The OG3, Zach Braff, Donald Faison, and Sarah Chalk, reuniting 16 years after we last saw them together in the Emmy Award-winning series that ran from 2001 to 2010.
We're back. The clique is back together.
Shall we?
Now, fans gearing up for the hugely anticipated premiere of the Scrubs Revival series.
Really super start there, Scooter.
And we have been prescribed a sneak peek.
Can't figure out the rhythm? Or maybe you don't have any.
Sarah, let me ask, what is Elliot up to in 2026, and what is her relationship like with JD?
Obviously, she's still quirky and klutzy, but has become actually like an extraordinary doctor. In terms of her relationship with JD,
The audience will just have to tune in to see if that came to fruition.
Okay.
I'm helping Sarah self-censor.
Yes. That question, flatlining.
We got you. He's not really dying.
But Zach does have some other major secrets to spill.
Hey, Miss Miller. Well, this is a bit of a Good Morning America exclusive because we haven't told anyone this yet. We recreated the old hospital, which has since been torn down, fully recreated the hospital on stage.
To scale.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because we spent like all of our 20s in this ICU and that cafeteria and that admissions.
I love that you bring up that it was in your 20s. So much of the show is physical. There are pratfalls, musical numbers.
Doctors, nurses, patients, dead guys!
You are no longer in your 20s.
How dare you?
I knew this was where it was going.
Our favorite part was the pratfalls and the stunts. And now it's like we tried and we're like, oh God, my back.
But some things never go out of style.
The truth is, it's about a group of friends, and it's really about how to get through this very hard career path of being a doctor, a nurse, working in a hospital. They do it through friendship.
Did you stitch your initials into me? That's not important.
And in the spirit of that Scrubs craziness, lightning round. I will give you an actual medical diagnosis, and you tell me who from the whole cast is most likely to be diagnosed with this specific thing.
Don't say me every time, guys.
Nomophobia, the fear of being without their phone.
Zach. Donald.
Hyperthymesia, which is when you have an incredible memory. A person can recall extensive and vivid amounts of personal life experiences.
Sarah.
Ah, all right. Ergophobia, fear of work.
Donald.
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 Stuck song syndrome, which is when you're prone to singing a song you can't get out of your head.
Donald, and currently it's For Good from Wicked.
Oh, you need a Glinda, I got
How's
you.
it start again?
I've heard it said.
I've heard it said
that people come into our lives for a reason.
For a reason.
For a reason.
For a reason.
All right.
Incredible. Wicked sing-along with the cast of Scrubs? Sure, why not? One more GMA exclusive for the fans, by the way. The bar in the upcoming season of Scrubs is named Lloyd's Tavern in honor of the late Sam Lloyd, who played Ted in the original run. The new revival of Scrubs will premiere right here on ABC Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, with new episodes streaming the next day on Hulu. Plus, we have more from our set visit on GMA tomorrow with a look at some of the new characters joining this season, including SNL alum Vanessa Bayer.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
This was made for you, Will. I'm really glad you got to do that conversation.
If anyone else had been singing Wicked with the cast of Scrubs, I would have been very jealous. So I'm also glad.
Thank you, Will. Ginger?
Yes, let's talk about something very exciting that's happening, and that is the discovery of a new dinosaur. The fossils of a new dinosaur species found in the Sahara Desert, billed as the, quote, expedition of a century. Paleontologists led by the University of Chicago professor and National Geographic explorer Paul Serrano discovered the fossils of a new kind of Spinosaurus. Roughly the size of a Tyrannosaurus rex, it is being called Spinosaurus mirabilis. Mirabilis means astonishing in Latin. So this dinosaur lived about 95 million years ago, had a giant crest, and interlocking rows of teeth that was perfect for catching and holding on to slippery fish. You can find more information on the Spinosaurus mirabilis at natgeo.com.
Coming up, we have the story of Hezekiah Watkins, the man known as the youngest freedom fighter. We are back with our celebration of Black History Month and the story of Hezekiah Watkins, the man known as the youngest freedom fighter, and how he is bringing the path to life for the next generation. Our senior national correspondent, Steve Osunsami, is in Atlanta with more for us. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Michael. Today, Mr. Watkins is a tour guide for children at a museum. And when he was the same age as the kids who he greets every day, he was changing the course of history.
From the day this Civil Rights Museum opened nearly 10 years ago in Jackson, Mississippi, 78-year-old Hezekiah Watkins has worked here as one of their storytellers, guiding mostly school children through a visual maze of the state's difficult past. And it's when he gets to the story of this 13-year-old boy.
This particular guy here is me, my first arrest.
That he wins their full attention.
Do you ever get tired of telling it? Does it ever? No, I told this story 3 times a day.
In civil rights history, the 13-year-old version of Hezekiah Watkins is known as the youngest freedom rider. He says it feels like just yesterday when he didn't tell his mother and snuck downtown one Sunday with another black teenager to this segregated Greyhound bus station in Jackson. They were hearing that the Freedom Riders were coming to town to fight for voting rights, and that there were white ones and brown ones with the black ones. And he wanted to see this for himself. He says he was fooling around near the front of the terminal before the Freedom Riders arrived when his friend jokingly pushed him in the front door.
He pushed me and decided that red, whites only. But before I could get out of the door, was a police officer. And he asked me, "What you doing in here, boy?"
Because he stepped foot over the color line, they drove him 2 hours north to the notorious Parchman prison. It didn't matter that he was a child. They kidnapped and terrorized the boy for nearly 2 weeks.
Did someone intervene in getting you out of prison?
Believe it or not, it was the president of these United States, John Kennedy.
He took us back to that old Greyhound bus station.
This door here on the other side is the door I went in through.
It felt strange walking to the back of the building and back in time to what used to be the entrance for people who look like us.
This is the waiting area that was for colored. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this.
Okay.
You would think they would offer an apology.
But no one has said to you.
But no one have said,
"I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
The humanity in you ought to be that this gentleman deserves an apology.
After hearing how he shared with us that he wishes someone would say they're sorry, the city of Jackson did just that in a public apology, and they are officially honoring his name. Hezekiah Watkins Street on the west side of town will be a very proud place and a new page in the story he tells every day.
You need to know these things so you won't take life for granted. We cannot forget the past.
A few years ago, state prison officials showed him what his old cell block looks like today as he held back tears. And they built a sign outside remembering the 300 Freedom Riders who prison guards would burn with their cigarettes. And to anyone who says that we should forget about this past, he says the truth needs to be told. Guys.
And he is right. Great story, Steve. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for helping tell the truth there, Steve. All right, tonight on 2020, a double murder trial we follow closely here on GMA. Now you can see the full story behind the headlines, including exclusive interviews with key players in the case. That airs tonight, 9, 8 Central, right here on ABC.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye.